No, no. Right now, the guy in question for tomorrow, questionable tomorrow, is Markel Crawford. Chris Hawkins will not play tomorrow. I didn't know this. He had his knee was swollen a little bit, so he's got a bone bruise, and so he's out for tomorrow. He will not play. Everyone else, should be, knock on wood, should be good to go for tomorrow. Austin Nichols practiced for the first time yesterday. He was a little rusty, which was expected. But it was good. It's good for him to get back in the flow of stuff. So, we just need to get back out and get on the practice floor and keep working. And tomorrow should be a good opportunity for us to get on the floor, first time in the FedExForum for a lot of these guys in a real game situation. So that will be good for us, and excited to play and see where we're at.
Do you talk to their coach, Mike, about anything that you want to get out of that?
No, I just let them go. I mean, and we brought in the film today, and I said, I'm not watching the film. I mean, just there's enough stress and focus on the regular season. So we need to focus, obviously, on us, which means we are going to get backdoored some. No one needs to get alarmed on that. That's going to happen because we really haven't worked on it against their type of style, and they run it so well. But we really need to focus on us, work, with our type of, principles, and with that, there's going to be some times you're going to get backdoor cut. There's going to be times when we're probably going to get hit with some threes, but their style, 99% of teams don't play like that. So we need to keep our principles. Hopefully, our principles are still able to, play well defensively. That's the bottom line, and that's what we talked about. So we'll focus a lot on us.
What's the most important take tomorrow, Josh? On the exhibition game before?
Well, I want to see where a lot of these guys are getting going and ready to play, and I like to get Austin some good time because you remember he didn't play in Canada, hasn't played the last 3 weeks. I got to get his rhythm back. Really to see guys in a live game situation, which I did on Saturday, but have another opportunity to see him here in the FedExForum, and the rest of Tiger Nation to see him.
You also, those things that you told us about on Saturday, the turnovers and the shooting, that's also probably something you're doing.
Yeah, I like to see us not make sure we take care of the ball, make sure that we are at the we got to make our free throws and we got to hit open shots. So those are all important parts that is a key part for us offensively. I thought, like I said, we did some good things on Saturday team-wise. We just maybe didn't, and we executed well. We just didn't finish out what we needed to finish the play, whether that was on the defensive end on a box out or offensively, putting the ball in the basket.
Pookie and Keedron said they weren't concerned with the shooting. Where are you?
No, I'm not. There's zero concern. I think we're a good shooting team. We're going to be a good shooting team, and we're getting good looks. So we'll make the shots. I want the guys to keep shooting the ball, and let's just make sure we put the ball in the basket. But we're going to get good looks at the rim.
You've talked about it before because you want to play through Austin and through Shaq. I mean, how critical is it that those guys make shots? Otherwise, it's going to be pretty difficult for those two.
Well, no, I mean we're going to be able to play through them. The key for those two is they got to have more assists than turnovers. They can't be turning the ball over trying to make a home run play. They got to keep things simple and hit singles. So yes, making shots, whether we're playing through the post or not, is just it's an important part of any offense because it just frees everything up and it loosens things up. But still, our identity, our mentality, our focal point has to be on the defensive end. That is something that we have taken the most time on of anything since the spring, summer, and preseason is focusing on defense, focusing on conditioning, focusing on just some little things that we need to clean up, but it all starts in the defensive end.
For the people that haven't seen this team, maybe weren't at the rebounders practice, didn't watch online in Canada, how is this team going to look different other than maybe the personnel from last season?
Yeah, I'm the least gray area guy there is. I don't believe in gray area. I don't like gray area. I'm not good in gray area. I'm a black and white guy. I believe in absolutes, either yay or nay, right or wrong. But there's a lot of gray area in life, so I'm trying to adjust to that. and I have adjusted to it in some areas. But with this team, there are some black and white, some absolutes. We're going to play hard. We're going to defend. We're going to compete. We're going to leave it all on the floor. I can tell you that. The gray area or the to be determines or the unknowns is who's going to step up and put the ball in the basket when you need a big shot, who's making the big play, who's our lockdown defender. Again, there's a difference between practices and then when the games get on with the lights on, who's going to be that guy, who's going to step make the big free throw. So all those type of things are still where there's a lot of gray area, which I don't like living in, but there's a lot of unknowns, which I actually think makes it exciting for Tiger Nation, for their team, to have something brand new, start from the beginning, and really start from ground zero with the squad.
So many unknowns, though. The word is there won't be names on the back of the jersey. So how are your fans supposed to know who's who? Why are you doing that? That was a little joke. But why,
Yeah, of course.
Why no names?
I'm not doing any names this year because it's about the front of the jersey, not the back. And again, that doesn't mean we've had selfish teams, because we've had very unselfish teams. I mean, you look at our assist ratio, third in the country last year, third in the country the year before. I just thought that, since it is a start of a new team, really starting from ground zero, there's just something that I just thought it was important that everyone understood that the privilege and the honor to play for the name on the front of the jersey is so important. And I just thought it kind of kept the message of what we wanted to send the message starting in the spring, just about team, and team accountability. Like I've said about the discipline, where I believe in discipline and disciplining the individual. But I've changed a lot where I'm, holding the entire team accountable for any individual. Doesn't mean I'm going to not discipline an individual for stuff still, but when someone, is a little late here, a little late there, I'm going to hold the whole team accountable instead of just that one individual. So it just kind of stays within the line of the message of team.
That's all year? You've made up your mind?
I'm just, my only focus is Christian Brothers. We'll have it in Christian Brothers. So we'll go from there. I don't want to, if I don't know. I mean, but I do know that for right now, I believe it's the best for our team is to understand playing for the name on the front of the jersey.
You did say this year, so that's why.
Yeah, I mean, will it be forever? We'll see how it goes. But it's about as I said, no one's bigger than the program. I've always believed on that motto, which includes me. So no one's bigger than the program. And so you play for the name on the front of the jersey, and it's a great privilege and honor to do that.
Josh, you've had a lot of bumps and bruises. There's been some scares with things that could have been worse.
Yep.
But is that just part of the price you pay as you try to get into the team ready? If you had to do it all over again, would you have scaled it?
No.
The amount of injuries you've had?
No, you know what? We've conditioned as much as we've ever have in my 6 years here as a head coach. We've been very physical in our practices. We haven't had any out of bounds. I mean, look, our last 2 years, not last year, but the 2 years before, my first 4 years, we were a pretty good defensive team. Last year, we weren't real in the half court area. We weren't as good defensively. Now, part of that is the 3-point shooting. Now, we defended the three very well, but in the half court, we didn't do as well in the half court defense. So we really put a lot of time on that. And with that's going to come some physicality. It's going to come some bumps and bruises. Good news is nothing's been long-term. It's all been short-term. Mike, you can't be in a bubble, obviously. I mean, things can happen at any freak time, and you just do the very best you can, and you just pray that everything, works out in your favor on that.
Is there anything that you might be able to learn from an exhibition in your own building in front of your fans that you can't in a secret scrimmage environment?
Yeah, I mean, just this is a different environment. There's a little more pressure in terms because the fans are there, lights are on, media's there. So we'll see a lot in who's can step up and who's going to, be able to play under those bright lights.
You plan on playing everybody, or is it going to be a more regular season rotation?
No, I mean, I plan on playing everybody, but I'm going to also keep it, I'm going to hold people accountable. I mean, maybe we're in the scrimmage and, I let guys have a little more freedom on stuff, but I'm going to hold people accountable more so than I probably did on Saturday. So if guys made some mistakes or had the wrong rotations, instead of yanking them out, because I wanted to keep that group in to see how they were to allow me to have an evaluation. I'll try now on tomorrow to have a little bit more of a game-like, getting ready that if I don't feel you're doing this, you're doing that, you're coming out. So I'll be more in that area, but I'm going to play everybody. That's for sure.
So Markel's finger is okay tomorrow? Do you worry about Chris becoming an injury that could limit him a week from today?
Chris is day by day because he's been very, just knock on wood. We need Chris on the floor. One of our keys I've been saying is our health. And Chris is a guy that's just going to be, because of how his body's made, it's going to be a day-by-day deal. Markell is just questionable, but he'll be good for our opener versus Wichita State for sure.
When did Chris do it?
He dove on a floor on Saturday on a loose ball. He won the 50-50 ball. If he didn't win the 50-50 ball, it would have not been good. It would have been double whammy.
When will you decide on starters for the month?
I haven't. What? Good question. I haven't even thought about it. I'll probably talk to the staff tonight or tomorrow because I haven't locked in on that. Just trying to get better, and I've got an idea on some things, but I'm not worried on the starting lineup. I'm just trying to see how we are through today, and then I'll maybe lock in on that tomorrow.
Did Shaq take your little nudge or big nudge that you gave him after Saturday when you talked to us? Have you seen him maybe step up a little bit more or realize that he needs to do more?
I don't. He knows what he needs to do. We've had many discussions. We've discussed it. Okay. Thanks, everybody.